So I think that's actually a good segue, man. What we were going into, to kind of tap into what Mike and I were talking about before you got on, Joe. Um, bro, I've been really sitting back thinking, man. I want everybody's opinion on like, okay, what is the life they living compared to what you thought life was gonna be like at 40, 50.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's a deep question. Mike went into Mike started to go into kind of his thought process. And then Joe jumped in. So you want to finish where you was at, Mike?
All
Yeah.
right, let's just reshuffle.
Yeah. Let me hear what you got to say, man, because y'all
Oh,
preparing me.
when I was a kid, it's funny they can't ask that because I didn't know that people actually thought about what their life was going to be like. But literally, when I was 12, 13, post pubescent, I was like, yo, I just want a light skinned chick, not a red bone. I just want a light skinned chick, natural beauty. I swear to God, not for real. A light skinned chick, natural beauty, couple of kids, ranch style house, like in well, I don't know where you from, but Ken know what I'm talking about. Maryville, like the Maryville, Sherville type cribs, not nothing too crazy, but just like a nice crib, just a basic. And so I fulfilled all of my dreams. Oh my
Okay.
god, I love it. I fulfilled all of my so-called dreams,
Uh,
but I've exceeded them because I was just thinking from an adolescent lens. But even through an adolescent lens, I've achieved what I wanted to achieve and more.
That's dope.
that's what's up. So what? So you done? You just coasting,
No, no, I'm not
or do
done.
you have
I'm
even
saying,
bigger?
no, I have bigger dreams, but I'm just saying, as a kid, as an adolescent, I've
Yeah.
achieved those minuscule, those shallow. You know what I'm saying? Whatever my mind frame was then, as
Hmm.
limited as it was, I've achieved
Right.
that.
Oh, okay, I get what you're
Some
saying.
people don't even achieve that. I've achieved
Right.
that. But I'm on bigger, better things. Legacy. Raising kids. When I say legacy, I don't mean money. I mean kids. Legacy, as far as wanting them to be better than I am, teaching them to be productive citizens of society,
Hmm.
teaching them how to go get the money better than what I did. Because my path is my path. Their path is going to be whatever their path is. But
Right.
just creating something, curating something better than what I had. Because however you were raised, it was however you were raised, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. You know what I'm saying? So you want to. Let me tell you this real quick. We were the family. We were in the car. We was riding in town, and we passed this $1 million house.
Hmm.
And my daughter was like, "Man, I love that house." Right
Hmm.
now, part of me, the ego in me, the man in me, was like took a little hit. Like, dang, you know what I'm saying? When somebody start bigging up in somebody else's crib versus what you done provided to them, your ego kind of like take a little slight hit. Well, mine did. I'm not saying every man does,
Yeah.
I did.
but I had to stop myself because I'm like, okay, I want my kids to be better than what I achieved, right? That's
Hmm.
the goal as a parent. You want your kids to outdo you. So why is my ego getting smacked because she's, you know what I'm saying, bigging up another house that's bigger than what I was able to give her, I should say.
Right.
If I was able to give my kids a $500,000 house, she saw $1 million house and was like, man, that's dope. I like that. Why is my ego hit when my objective is for my kids to see the standard that I laid and to dream bigger? So I had to check myself, like, bro, don't get offended off of that. This is what you curated. This is what you set up. You didn't want your kids to be in the hood. You wanted to raise your kids in a certain environment, and then you wanted them to dream big. So when they dream big, you can't, as a man, get your ego involved. You'll be like, well, dang, why you know what I'm saying? So, why you liking this $1 million house when I mean this $300,000 house. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense, Ken? Or because I know you don't have kids, so I don't know if you fully grasping what I'm saying. But am
I
I
get it
making sense?
completely.
Okay.
Um, I think is interesting. You said the ego, man. I think I think I've been led by that. I think it's a gift. And if you don't understand it, I think it can be a curse. Um, so I kind of take that back to my answer to the question and what I was kind of thinking. Um, what my life is like compared to what I thought it was gonna be. Um, if my kids heard me say this, they'd be like, "What?" Because this is like a cardinal sin. I don't let my kids make emotional goals. I make sure the goals are specific, measurable, well thought out, and emotional lists. But when I was growing up, I didn't have any specific goals. I did think I was gonna be with a light skinned chick, bad bitch, bad chick. Excuse my French. Big booty. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I think kind of where we come from, I think we're limited to what we really think. But what I did was I always put these goals of myself in front of me. Whatever I saw and I saw somebody else do that I inspired, I felt like I should be able to do. And I've accomplished all of that. And I've kind of lived my life on that. And I remember it had to be maybe 20 years ago, me and Mike had a conversation. And you asked me this question. You was like, "So what are you chasing? What's the goal?" And that was crazy. Because when I think back on it, I was like, I had no idea. It wasn't a number. It was a feeling. It was an emotion.
It was a
But
process.
well, it was a lot of the process, but it was an emotion. I was chasing how I thought I would feel at these milestones or with these
Right.
things or with these accomplishments. So what's interesting is sometime after that conversation we had, and that's why, bro, we've had some talk, like we had some real conversations,
Oh yeah. Yeah, we don't kick the bobos. We actually talk. Yeah.
and that shit, and that stuff runs deep. But I actually had to ask myself, you bro, and this is why I say it's so great about you. You will open up, bro. I will be talking, and I have all the facts, I have everything in a row, and you listen, and then you ask that question, that one question. So what are you chasing? What's the end goal? And I had no answer. And it took me a long time to really figure out, like, what am I chasing? Well, the good thing is that whatever I was chasing, it took me to a place where I'm able to change the standard for my kids. So I'm definitely appreciative of that. So when you talked about that, um,
Hmm.
that resonated with me. But I don't know if I ever had a perception of what it would be. I think deep down inside me, my goals were always based on what people thought I couldn't do. And I'll never let anybody know that. It was even what I thought I couldn't do. Um, but now that I'm older, bro, um, I used to think it was about, and I think Mike said it, but I'm not sure if if the wording that he used is exactly what I would word, because I don't want to give my kids anything, right? I don't want to give my kid, because I used to think that was the goal. Give your kids better than what you had. Nah, bro. I don't want to give them nothing. I want to position them better than I was positioned, because
Okay.
they gonna fail, but I'd rather them fall from a different place than I fell from.
There you go.
So
You fail with a certain level of knowledge. It's okay to fail. If you have a certain level of knowledge, you can rebound. It's you get what I'm saying? You teach
yeah,
them how to fish. You're not giving
yeah,
them a fish. You're teaching them how to fish.
yeah,
But so what's
and I'm
so my
sorry.
question is why not do both? Why did you come to an agreement with yourself to not do both? Teach them how to fish and give them a fish.
Well, my answer to that was this. I don't want like okay. So I guess before I answer that, I have to kind of explain how I was raised. And I think me and Mike, our dads were the same. I think his dad was more cerebral, but
Can you break that down real quick for people that might not understand what cerebral means to you or what it means in general?
bro. So I can tell you about about Unc. So listen, Mike's father is straight to the point,
Direct. Yeah.
very fucking direct. He don't care how you feel. He gonna tell you what it is, and he gonna correct you right then and there. But he got so much fucking wisdom. And bro, he be transparent. Bro, I remember he telling us about his marriage and stuff we ain't even thinking about. You know what I'm saying? And now we looking back and we his age. You like, God
Yep.
damn, we should
Right.
yeah. But he was I mean he is a very wise dude. And so my father was younger, but I learned a lot of my lessons from him, watching him and watching not making the mistakes that he did. Now, obviously, Mike's dad is not perfect either, so we obviously going to make watch that. But it was two different approaches, but definitely, they were there. So when I say that, I'm thinking that both of our parents gave us something to put us in a position where we wouldn't fall below where they were. Because I think I would say I think I've exceeded what my father did, and that's not a slight to him. And I probably would say the same thing for Mike as well.
Hold on. Can I stop you real quick?
Go ahead.
You exceeding your father. See, you exceeding your father's not a slight. That's a job
That's the
well done.
goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Go ahead.
That's the goal.
I just want to put that out there.
So going back to what you were saying, Joe, the answer to your question is my goal is to now have an understanding to not give my kids better than what I had, but position them and expose them to things that I hadn't been exposed to. But also equip them with the tools to handle whatever's above where I went. So
We're
case
saying the
in
same
point.
thing, bro. You triggered. You triggered by my words. We're saying the same thing. I don't mean give like handout. No.
Yeah.
I mean exactly what you're saying. But go ahead, continue.
And that's what I was saying. I was saying I don't want you to I don't want it to come off like I'm disagreeing. But case in point. So
that's okay. That's what the name is. Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
So it's okay to agree. And it's okay to disagree as well.
Okay. So let's talk about the college experience. I'll tell you that's a big thing for me, and it's a big thing for me now. Not that I needed the degree, but I'll tell you why it was big for me.
Right.
When I graduated from high school, all I wanted to do was go play Division I basketball.
Okay.
The first school that I went to that had a Division I basketball program on the college tour was Indiana State.
State. Yeah.
So I went out and figured out whatever I needed to do to get to that school, applied.
Right.
My parents had no idea. Nothing. I went down on a campus tour. I went and talked to the coach. I found out everything I needed to do. I did my own financial aid. I lied and filled my daddy's information out because he ain't know shit. They wasn't helping me for nothing.
Our stories are so similar. Go ahead,
bro. And when I got accepted to the school, I got my letter in the mail. There was no party. There was no celebration. And the day that I literally left for school, my parents were in the bed asleep, bro. I was about to leave. The only reason that my parents came is because my roommate, I had to go get Dante. I had to stop back at my house to put my refrigerator in the car because I forgot my refrigerator. Right. And I told my mom and them I was leaving, and I was bringing the refrigerator out. And Dante's mama and his grandma and his grandparents and their whole family was coming down to the strip with us. And they was like, "Oh, where your parents at?" And I was like, "Shit, they're asleep." But I was like, "Uh-oh, this don't look good." So I was like, "They're in the house. Let me go get them." Right. So the embarrassment of me going up there telling my parents that I'm about to leave for school. Are y'all coming? Because my parents, they I mean, not that they were bad parents. They trusted me. I knew how to navigate. They was gonna let me just go on about my business. Well, they were embarrassed, so they were like 30 minutes late. Everybody was outside waiting for their ass to get dressed, so we can
Uh-huh.
all go down there.
Mm.
We get to college, right?
Uh-huh.
Uh, my parents didn't know shit. They helped me move my stuff in my room, gave me $40, and was like, "All right, love you, bye." That was it. Well, I had some resentment for that, right? Um, Fast forward, maybe 10 years later, after college and everything, I learned that my I didn't even know my dad never graduated high school. My mother never graduated high school. She went back and got her GED. So all that bitterness and anger, I was frustrated. Like, damn, I'm out here like this. Why his parents up here? Everybody else's family stayed down there for a weekend. They was going to dinners. Shit, I went to dinner with my homeboy's family for dropping this off.
Hmm.
But I had to. I say that to say this, that it's very, very important to be a part of that experience. I know how I felt. So now I can proudly say that I got 4 kids that I've dropped off to school. I paid for their school. I've given them multiple campus tours. So they've never had that experience that I had.